Welcome everybody to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, aka your 23-6 YouTube heavyweight champion of the world. In case you forgot, don't forget, because I haven't forgotten. Just might have been out for a little bit because I was a little down under the weather. A couple of people tried to, break into my house, try to pin me, but I made sure I had the locks on very good. So don't worry about that. I'm still your YouTube champion. But I'm so excited to be back. It has been a week and maybe a couple of days since I've been on, and I've definitely missed everybody. I missed being on the podcast and doing the show. What's up, Alex? And yes, we are back, Serena. And today we got two podcasts, but right now I have my very special guest coming up who was just recently at my home promotion, Victory Pro Wrestling. And if you didn't know, I'm going to bring this up in a moment, as long as I can scroll through all my pictures in here. We have a show coming up on October 14th. So make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets for Hallowed Ground. Sorry, I almost said shallow. Hallowed Ground coming up October 14th, where the Victory Pro Wrestling champion, Jack Tomlinson, the leading man, will be in action alongside Valentina Vasquez. She's got two opponents that night, the Unforgiving Salem and the Unwilting Tatiana, as well as those rat bastards will be there, Adam Kirkland and Xander Torres, who they're kind of jerks to me, and it's okay, though. I forgive them. Desmond Cole will be on hand as well as the artist Jake Lang, who, unfortunately, Lego Mini Dr. Cool is taking it hard that there's no more Dr. Cool, and there's Jake Lang now. So we'll see how that story unfolds, as well as Eric James and Kate Lothbrook and all your favorite Victory Pro Wrestling stars. So make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets. And with that being said, let me bring on the one and only Nahir Robles. What's up? Live from Puerto Rico.
We're actually on the same hour, which is something I want to say.
Really?
It's literally the same time zone right now, so I'm gonna make the best of it.
Awesome. So we're gonna have a good night tonight. All right. Yes, Alex, you did fail your cash in. You're not taking my title. No, you will not get me, because there's only one champion for YouTube, and that is me. Quick line, stay away from you because you were sick. Congratulations goes out to Kate on his wedding yesterday. Congratulations, Kate Lothbrook. And she loves those eat bastards. I guess she loves to eat them. I don't know.
We'll find out soon enough.
We'll find out. Let's start off with, before we get into your history, how was your time at Victory Pro Wrestling? Because that's my home promotion, and I love it there.
I loved being there. It was so difficult for me to get back home. I'm not even kidding. Like, that last day with the show we did about Ronkonkoma.
Ronkonkoma, yeah.
Yeah, so many weird names, by the way. I was like, what is this?
Ronkonkoma.
Ronkonkoma. So during that last day, everyone was like, when are you leaving? And I'm like, tomorrow. And they're like, oh, and I'm like
what?
Don't do this to me. I'm a crybaby. I'm going to freaking cry. And I ended up crying. And then the next day, I was supposed to get to the airport, and my flight kept getting delayed over and over. And I was at this point, because I was like, God, give me a signal and I'll stay. And then the flight kept getting delayed. And I'm like, seriously?
You're like, oh man, God, give me a signal, please. Let me stay.
He gave me like Island. 5, because my flight got delayed like 10 hours.
Skills, what is up? How are you, Skills? Thank you for the well wishes. Skills is part of Wrestling Is Now. Look at Nahir. Huh? Just keep her in mind. Just they're getting ready to launch their women's division soon, from what I'm hearing. All right, let's go into your history. How you fell in love with wrestling?
I fell in love with wrestling. I'm gonna blame my cousins for that.
What happened? Tell us the story.
So when I was a kid, I am literally the middle cousin. Like, it's really funny. Like, all of us, like, our birthdays. So my first two cousins, they were both born on September 13, 2 years difference. The other two were born on December 13, a 2-year difference as well.
Oh, no.
And I am a November 26. Like, I am legit the middle one. I'm 13, plus 13 is 26. So I'm literally like right there.
Uh-huh.
And like they were like, I was literally like the girl that like was always with her cousins that were boys. Because since the older one was a girl, she had her own thing. So I was just hanging out with the boys when I was a kid. And I remember like during summer they would leave us with my grandmother. And one of my cousins brings the WWE magazine. Let's go, like
Oh, let's
way
go way
back,
back.
2000, yeah. And he started showing me these pictures of like Victoria, Lita, all these female wrestlers that, you know, were very intimidating but cool and beautiful at the same time. He knew how to get my attention. He knew.
Uh-huh.
And then he started like putting it on TV. And then there you go. I'm just there, ninth grade, with those same magazines myself years on later. And I kept watching it. It's funny because, you know, wrestling, like PR, in like wrestling in Puerto Rico is big, but I didn't really like caught on to it until like literally very as in late.
Right.
But like, but it was fun. Like, and
I can
the
tell
way
you're so excited just talking about it.
Yeah, it was like, so during 2019 I go to a show and they did a WWE live show here. I think it was on October. And one of the photographers I knew from like back in the modeling days, I posted a picture here just hanging out, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Oh, would you ever dare to actually become a wrestler?" And I'm like, "Sure, why the hell not?"
Right.
And then me thinking that's not gonna go as far as that. And then he starts writing me like, "You sure? Because I can give you the name of the school and blah blah blah." And then I'm like, "Let's go then."
Let's go.
And then the rest was history.
Okay, all right. Let's oh, we got a hello for you from Metal Geek. Hi, Metal Geek. Metal Geek always praises you. He's like, "Oh, no, he was so nice," and this and that. I'm like,
my heart.
Yeah, I heard. All right. We're gonna go into where did you go train and who were your trainers and what were your thoughts during that whole initial training? Because you always train, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then I want to talk about something that I saw online with you. Something funny. Go ahead.
Throw it out there.
All right, we'll talk about it now. So I was watching one of your lives not too long ago, and you were so excited because they gave you like some like gear and stuff. You're like, "Oh, it always rips on me," so and they gave you like a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, my fishnets.
That's it, your fishnets. How did that come about? Like, did you just mention, "Hey, I need this," and then everybody's just sending you stuff?
Literally, like you could go to any like picture I've ever posted wrestling, or like when they post the shows on Puerto Rico, and backstage you're always like, "Why are your fishnets always broken before a match?" And I'm like, "I don't know, dude."
Right.
And then like fans kept pointing it out too, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, you guys. They just break. They don't like me." And then a fan literally he sent me 8 pairs of fishnets, and I'm like, "I love this man." He knew like that was the gift.
Right. I saw you're all excited. You're like, "Oh, look at this! Oh, look at this! Look at this!" I'm like, "Oh, that's
I was
awesome."
so crazy because legit, like the thoughtfulness of the gift, like everyone kept, you know, bothering me of the fishnets. Now they're always broken, and I'm like, "I know, you gotta get new ones. I know, I just haven't had the time." Now it has a bigger hole. Even at BBW, my fishnets were freaking broken, like literally, and that was the first day I used them. I'm like, "Oh well." Oh well. And then they sent me like 8 pairs of fishnets, and I'm like, "I love this man." Like, and I'm just here like, if you guys want to keep sending me stuff, I will never say no.
Well, now you got extras just in case.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring them back if you ever come back to New York.
No, I definitely have to bring like 6, even though I'm wrestling for like a day. I don't care. Like I know how to, because they're gonna keep breaking. I know me. I know my fishnets don't like me.
All right, let's talk about your school and your trainers.
I'm here.
Did not think this would go like the fishnet story, right? All right, go ahead.
So my trainer is, I don't know how to say it in Spanish or English because you know the whole
Say it in Spanish.
El Escorpión, Mike Mendoza.
All right, the Scorpion, Mike Mendoza.
Yes.
Okay. And what about that initial training? How was it for you?
Like I'll say it straight up. There are people who are just naturally gifted.
Uh-huh.
I am not one of those people. And I've come to terms with it. It's okay. There are people who have it better than others. There are people who literally, like, the gods tell them it is your time. And there's people like me that have to work 3 times harder, but that's okay because the payoff is what's worth it.
That's right. Awesome. Awesome.
And I remember that first practice, he was like, rolls. And I'm like, I literally look at him. What? Rolls. He's a very patient man. I have to give him that. He's the most patient man I've ever met. Because I know I tend to drive boys and men crazy. So the fact that he was so patient with me throughout all these years.
Did you actually give him that look you just gave us?
Oh yeah. Like if people, like, every time they ask, like, other wrestlers, they ask him about me. He laughs and he says, she's a very sarcastic girl. She's nice, but she's very sarcastic, and she'll let you know how she feels by the expressions of her face.
Right.
So when they tell me something I don't like, I go like. So it's like a running thing. They say, "Oh, do this," and I'm like, I don't even say I'm not gonna do that. I'm like,
sure, buddy.
Sure. So my facial expressions speak for me, and he knows. That's why I say he's a very patient man. I would have told myself to get out.
Right.
He didn't.
Get out of my ring. Not here. All right, let's go into your first match. Who is your opponent, and what were your thoughts during that first match?
Okay, so that's like kind of like story-wise, history-wise, it's complicated because my first like unofficial match was actually at a battle royale in Florida.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's
so
different.
like it's not a very known fact. My first opportunity, like, Florida tends to give me really, really cool opportunities, but I feel like New York has taken that spot over. Because Florida gave me the first impression. Florida gave me the opportunity to be a valet to 2 guys from Chile who I met during that week, like during a wrestling practice, and I did their valet thing with them alongside. It was so funny. And then 6 months later to that, I debuted at a battle royale in Jacksonville, which, again, Jacksonville is crazy. Like, 4-hour drive. Let's just start off with that, a 4-hour drive. And I'm here like, the payoff is worth it. We're suffering, but the payoff is worth it. So I did that first battle royale, and then I ended up debuting during August, officially August 2022, last year, during was like kind of like a gauntlet thing. There was this guy that's an event, like a graduated student, and then they were like, we were going little by little.
Right.
So I was the 3rd person to go out. Something nobody actually expected, because the funny thing is, yeah, I wrestled. I got my ass handed to me. And then I ended up also, even not only did I get it handed to me, after that I had to like go back to my announcing duties.
Oh, you were announcing too?
Like, I like to think of myself as like a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Gotcha.
Because I started out as an interviewer.
Oh, okay.
I've been like practicing for like a very long time, but my first opportunity was as an interviewer for Latin American Wrestling Entertainment. It's a company that, unfortunately, it's not around with us anymore, but it gave me the opportunity to meet the public eye in a better way, instead of like wrestling like from scratch. So I started out as an interviewer there, and then I transitioned from like, I get to announce a couple of shows here and there, and then wrestling, and then, because it's crazy, and then I'm in no way am I a good commentator.
No way.
No, I don't think I am. I'll just be sarcastic, and that's who I am. But I ended up commentating for 2 shows, which was wild to me and an honor because, like, Puerto Rico wise, I don't think there's many moments in history that women have been able to like be a part of.
Right.
Wrestling is a men's sport, so I got that pointed out to me. Oh, I don't think there's ever been a female commentator in history in Puerto Rico. And I'm like, I'm not a commentator, but at least I get to say I did it twice.
Maybe you should tell them times have changed.
But it was nice. It was nice. Like, I get to be that like little part of history.
Awesome.
So it was an honor to me to get to fulfill that and also be part of the first female main event at my school. So that was also a very gratifying moment for me.
Right. There's someone in the chat. I don't know if you know her, but him, Paola. Been a ring announcer is not bad. I did started as a ring announcer too. Helped me lose.
She gets it. You get it.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I got to interview fans too, so I got to be myself from like the very beginning.
Awesome. Let's talk about let's talk about New York. Your experience in New York.
Oh my God. So New York was crazy to me. Like, I am the change of pace, the people, the change of freaking weather, which was also very funny. Like, it was that.
It's crazy.
So I know why you got the cold, because I was suffering through the whole temperature change as well.
That's crazy. It was cold like 2 days ago. It's 80 today. We're all sweating.
And I'm like, no. So I ended up, it was literally a change of pace. Like, it's not the same environment. It was nice to have a different experience, get to know different workers, the whole dynamics, and the fact that they literally they took me in, like if it was part of the area, and I was just like, I was so happy and I was just so grateful for being there. I had a blast during the We Are Wrestling show where I got to wrestle Sammy Chaos. Like, wow. I've never felt like the tiny one here because this is really funny. I'm one of the tallest back home. But Sammy gave me a run for my money, and I'm not even mad about it.
She's pretty tall.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not the tallest anymore. It's fine. But getting to wrestle someone like Sammy was great. Like, it was literally a change of pace. Like, I'm used to these tiny girls, like very small 5 feet girls, and I'm like the tall girl in the freaking building when I'm not even that tall. So it was nice. Like, I have to switch it up. It really made me prove myself as a wrestler, because I had to put some stuff up my sleeve in order to like get some hits back,
Right. What about at VP? I wasn't at the VPW show. I was actually, where was I? I was in New Jersey. That's where it was. I was doing another promotion, but who did you wrestle at VPW in Ronkonkoma?
I actually ended up wrestling the champion herself.
Oh, Valentina?
Yeah. And that was so bizarre to me. Like, not Valentina, but like, she's a long-time reigning champ.
I was about to say, I think she's beating Roman Reigns right now.
They're like tied up for a record. They're legit tied.
Okay, legit. That's right.
So
nobody's taking her out.
I remember walking out, and I'm like terrified, like, because I like in my head I thought like I know, like deep inside my head I knew like it's the Bronx. Like in the Bronx, I was like, I know there's some Boricuas like around here. Like I got some heat, I got some sazon, I got some seasoning from these people. I get their warmth. Long Island was such a wild card for me.
Right.
Because I don't know, like I didn't know what to expect. I'm wrestling their champion. I was expected like not receive any like kind of reaction, and it really like legit every little match I had like in New York really made me like improve better as a wrestler, as a character, and in my performance, and just getting better at reading crowds. because that was something I was not used to. Like I had to interpret like it's a different culture, it's a different like personalities. It's a lot of like differences. Like so working around that and with somebody that's that yeah sure they turn on her like because she's
She's
herself.
she's a,
Um,
she's
but
Valentina.
it was literally so complicated but good at the same time.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Now you did 2 VPW shows, right?
Yeah, I did then. I did the one at
Base show and
the
then
place in
Ronkonkoma.
Ronkonkoma. I
Yeah,
have such a
Ronkonkoma.
hard time with the names. I'll get
Ronkonkoma.
back at you guys. I'm gonna make you guys read like our municipality so you get to suffer the same way I do when I have to say like the cities in New York.
Mhm. Oh, we got the owner of We Are Wrestling on. He says La Ola Ola. What's up, Pete?
So the one in Ronkonkoma, first of all, I was very excited because we found a place with Dominic.
I love the way you say it.
Second, let's see. I'm sorry.
Second, let's see. That's right.
It's things. I tried my best. So the first thing I'm gonna say, I was so happy when we found a Dominican place like food. So I was like I felt in my element.
There's a lot of
and I had mango and I had like chicken and I was just like I'm feeling spicy today.
Uh-huh.
And then I get this amazing manager, I get Silky Smooth to walk with me.
Oh, you got Silky with you? Oh, no.
Yeah, I got Silk with me.
Silky doesn't like me anymore.
And I got to wrestle Dolly Darko, which I also had a blast with because, again, if Dolly's like shorter than me and whatnot, but like it's like body versus Philippines. It's like a cultural exchange in the ring.
Don't trust Silky. Don't just.
But I like Silky's my manager now, and every time he's my manager.
So does this mean you're in Kane Industries?
No, this means I don't know if it's like a one-time trade.
Okay.
It just means Silk has his own freelance company, which is Silky Smooth Productions. At least that's how it was told to me.
Pete says, "Wait until you come back to the Bronx to get your damn good Boricua food."
He gets it. Like I suffered that entire week. Like I stayed with my friends from Puerto Rico, but like they were like, "This is not mofongo. This is not my plantains." Because they're all about the fitness life, and I'm here like, okay, fine, but I wanted my food.
What's your favorite food to eat?
I'm gonna be very cliche and say mofongo because that's like legit. Like every time I meet someone that's not from the island, I legit tell them you need to eat mofongo.
Oh, I don't like mofongo.
You don't like mofongo?
I don't. Not at all. You know what I really love?
I love mofongo. With crab stew. I'm very specific.
I'm gonna tell you what I really love: tostones. I freaking love tostones. You ever have tostones?
What?
Tostones. Do you know what tostones is?
Claro. With garlic.
I never had that with garlic. No.
There's this thing here, like Chinese places in Puerto Rico. They're very different. From Chinese places in the U.S.
100%. I've been there. I've had Chinese food down there.
Ask tostones with garlic. You're gonna know what I mean.
Next time I go to Puerto Rico, I'm gonna have to ask.
You gotta go to a Chinese business.
There's an authentic Chino Latino place right up the road from St. Helena's.
You're gonna make me go
Mofongo Con.
Crab stew. Hueye.
Pete knows all about the Spanish food.
He knows. He's part of our.
He's part of us. Él sabe.
Él sabe.
All right, let's talk about some opponents you would want to wrestle back up here in the United States that are on your list.
Wait, my phone started to have its own light.
It's okay. Oh, I lost Nahir for a second. Hopefully she signed back on. And what is going on with my camera? And what is going on with Silky, man? He's trying to recruit for Kane Industries? I can't believe that's Silky Smooth. Can you believe it, Metal Geek? Yikes. Hopefully she'll come back because we got Hispanic Heritage Month that's going on now, but I don't know what's happening right now. Hopefully she'll get back on quick. Coming up for me, November 11th, we got the big event, New York, right here in Brentwood, Long Island. And I will be at big event with the one and only Brittany Brooks. We are hanging out at big event. Make sure you get your tickets and come see us. And
My phone had its own life and it literally threw himself out. And I'm like, why?
Metal Geek says, yikes. Don't steal my line, Geek. Go ahead.
So opponents I would love to wrestle. So I don't think I'd put myself in like, if there's, I mean, Puerto Rico wise, I can tell you 2 people I've always wanted to wrestle.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to start off with the person who got me my first opportunity, which was La Rosa Negra.
Okay, I know who she is.
Black Rose. She has, like, she's a vet. She's been around for like over 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
She fought in New Japan. She did some stuff recently with NWA. She's been around for like, she's a very respected person in Puerto Rico. And she's the reason why I got my first opportunity as an interviewer. So if there's anyone I want to wrestle like from back home, it's her. Even though I know I'm gonna like, I know like that woman will take the life out of me. But I respect her. And I know like if I want to go to the next level, that's the woman I need to wrestle.
She was supposed to be at an event I was at, and she was like in a car crash or something, and she had to cancel.
Really?
But I came close to meeting her. And I lost Nahir again. Yes, they should everybody should try my mom's flan. My mom's flan is the best in the world. All right, as Nahir tries to get back on.
Doesn't like me. This doesn't like, I can't touch the phone.
I see. Lo veo. All right, go ahead. La Rosa Negra was one.
Yeah, and the other person, I've always said it like so I'm second generation technically from my school. My school is called Espiritu Pro Wrestling Dojo, you know, run by El Escorpión, Mike Mendoza, who's now like literally as recent as like less than 4 days ago, IWA's new heavyweight champion. So that's a great honor for him.
That's awesome.
So our first generation, like they had one girl only. And I never got to wrestle her. Like it's like life doesn't want us to go against each other. I've gotten to that conclusion at this point. And her name is Jaide.
Okay.
Jaide. She's also from Puerto Rico, first generation, like from my school. We have like a very similar like wrestling curriculum, I guess. No, my phone doesn't like me. I come to time my phone don't like me. So we both had like, she started out as an announcer for WWC. I started out as an interviewer for Latin American Wrestling Entertainment. She's gotten to wrestle like as like less than 2 weeks ago. She actually debuted in Shine, which was I'm very happy and proud of her.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
She's also like she's gotten like a lot of exposure in the years, and it's always been kind of like a joke because I was a redhead and she was a redhead at the same time, and it was like, oh, the battle of the redheads.
Oh no. That could be a thing. Like, it could be a thing.
So, but yeah, that's someone I've always wanted to wrestle, and hopefully one of these days we actually get that opportunity. I also want to wrestle the guys. Like, if I'm very like big on intergender wrestling.
Who's on your list?
It's hard. Like, I don't think I have like a list myself for the guys because I want to be surprised.
Okay. All right. Maybe in New York.
Maybe New York will give me that opportunity.
Maybe Pete. Maybe VPW. Maybe we'll see. All right. Tell me some goals you set for the rest of the year. Not that we have much left of it.
I mean, long term, I have one,
Long
but I feel like this year my goal was to at least wrestle in 5 places like that are in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So I did wrestle in Florida. That's one. Florida girl for life.
One.
Puerto Rico 2.0, like we called it back home.
Uh-huh.
I wrestled in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
I wrestled in New York. So that's 3. Fingers crossed I get to wrestle in Connecticut because that was an original like part of like the original, but it got canceled because of weather. So hopefully we get to do Connecticut. New Hampshire. Oh God, the language barrier. Sometimes I don't know how to pronounce the states. New Hampshire, New Hampshire,
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Okay. Hopefully that's on the cards too. And I know it hasn't been like super confirmed yet, but Georgia. So I got stakes this year.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So to me, that was like, we're starting out strong. That's good.
Awesome, awesome.
So long term for me, it's like get to wrestle the 50 states.
All right. Maybe we get you into Texas. We got some friends in Texas.
Oh, I got family in Texas. Of course I am. It's just Boricuas everywhere. Oh, that was one of the things. That was one of the things in Long Island. I didn't expect no Boricua. And then I hear Bori. And I'm like, Latino blood here. I was
really?
Yeah, I want to do the BBW show.
In Ronkonkoma?
Yeah, he was over there. I was like, what is this?
I missed the Ronkonkoma show. I feel like I missed a lot now. I don't really miss, like, I've been in VPW for like maybe 5-6 years now. And I think I missed 3 altogether. And these 2 I just missed because I went to see WWE at the first show you were at.
That's okay. I respect it. I do.
I almost met Cody. Almost met Cody.
I actually, when Cody was in AEW, I got like 2021, October 2021. There was a show in Florida. Like I bought some tickets and I didn't even know how close or far they were. And they were like legit like 3 seats from like the ring.
Oh, okay.
And I remember like when the show ended, I wasn't like fully wrestling, so I'm like, this is my only shot to like get to talk to. Like I was very excited, and I remember I wanted to take a picture with him, and he was so nice. I remember this. He was so nice because like there were a lot of people like in front of me, and like he was like he took my phone, and he's like, I'm gonna take the picture with you, and he complimented my jacket, and I'm like, thank you. So I have that picture.
That's awesome. That's a good one. I like that. He's really nice. Like, at the end of the show, he stayed behind to sign autographs and everything.
He's like, from what I've seen, like that experience itself, I was like, huh.
Yeah.
I like this dude.
Charlotte too. She stayed and signed autographs. I think she was out there for like 20 minutes signing autographs. That's how long it was. I'm like, is she gonna be done signing? She's still signing?
I mean, Charlotte is a different breed. That is legit like
whole other level.
A workhorse.
You never know what's gonna happen. Maybe one day you'll be in WWE. You never know.
You'll never know.
Never know. Just keep grinding. That's all you can do. All right. So you did your 6 states this year. What about next year? What have you been thinking about for next year?
I kind of want to do Texas next year. I want to do North Carolina.
Okay.
I want to do California. I want to do Maine, and I want to do Maryland. That's like
you got like everybody when I ask them stuff like this, they'll say Northeast or they'll say New York, whatever. But you got specific states. You're like, no, Maine, New Hampshire, North Carolina.
I'm very specific on my places.
That's awesome, man. Good. You
know and Kentucky. Kentucky.
Okay. All right. Do you have friends in Kentucky, Serena? I don't think we do.
Yes, I do.
All right. We got friends in Arkansas.
Oh, I'm gonna check. Like, I'm literally like, this is me just looking for like indies, going crazy. Like, oh my God, there's so much to explore, so little time.
Serena, send Nahir our friends at MCW over there, and Motivate in Texas. we got friends all over here. They were like, "Oh man, that's great." I mean, I'm supposed to go to Arkansas myself. It's
That's so
I
cool.
haven't made it down there yet, but they do a show every week down in MCW. Every Friday night they do a show
MCW.
in Arkansas, Osceola, I believe is this.
Okay.
I'm part of their. I'll show you real quick their logo because I'm part of their anti-bullying tour.
Okay.
So that's their logo.
Okay.
So yeah, check them out. I'll have Serena send you everything. She'll send you everything.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about. Oh, we're running out of time here. Let's talk about.
So much.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. I have another guest at 8, but
I'm so sorry.
no. I mean, we'll talk a couple more questions, and you can always come back. We'll always schedule you back, so it's not a big deal.
We're gonna do that then.
100%. Maybe we'll get Pete to send us some food or something so we can eat while we're talking.
I love that. Yeah, definitely.
All right, tell me about your toughest match to date. Who was your opponent, and why was it difficult for you?
I feel like my toughest match today was my graduation match. First of all, because I didn't know it was my graduation match. Let's just start off with that. I got thrown into this storyline. I hadn't wrestled since July 8th at my school. And I went in and they were like, "Oh, you got the mic." And I'm like, "You sure about that?" "Yeah." And I'm like, "Guess I'll be saying sorry because I'm not going to ask for permission." So I said what I said during that promo. I challenged Natalia Perez, who is Miguel Perez's daughter. She's a third-generation wrestler from Puerto Rico, to a match. Because the only thing I've had through that point were only tag team matches. And I'm like, I'm done with this. So I cut the promo. And then, legit, less than 2 days after that promo was made. The first female main event at this history of the school. What?
Wow.
My face went literally. I guess I'm kind of white, but I went paler. I'm like, what? So no pressure. You're like the first female main event. Deal with it.
Your facial expressions are so fucking awesome.
Oh my god. Okay, good. And I was just internally I was all over the place. Because it was my big shot to prove that I actually deserved the spotlight as much as my peers. Because I've always had to work harder than anyone else, and that's okay, Because what I guess I lack, I'm not I'll always say I'm not afraid to say I'm not the best in ring technicality. It's fine. But I overcompensate that with a good microphone, or I'll hit you with it, whatever comes first. So that was my moment. It was if I mess up this opportunity, it's over for me.
Right.
And then we did the match. The crowd was reacting. I'm the underdog because even though I'm kind of like an anti-hero, I'm still the underdog regardless. And then after the match ended, I see my mentor just walking up to the ring, and I'm just there what is this? And he's like, get up. And I'm just there and he's like, congrats, you've officially graduated from Espiritu Pro Wrestling Dojo. And
awesome.
I just started bawling my eyes out. I'm
awesome.
such a crybaby, but I was bawling my eyes out. And
that's awesome.
It was a great way to tell the story.
Such a great moment for you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nahir, thank you for coming on the podcast this time, and we will definitely have you back on.
Thank you.
Yay.
Sorry about my phone hating us today, by the way. It usually behaves better. I don't know what happened today.
Tell it to behave next time. Where can everybody follow you?
You could look for me on Instagram as... Okay, so I guess this is my bad because I still have it in Spanish. I should put it in English at this point. So it's Rizos y Sarcasmos, which actually means curls and sarcasm. It's RIZOSYSARCASMOS.
Okay.
That's my Instagram.
That's your Instagram. What about your ex?
My what?
Your
Oh,
ex.
right. I keep forgetting. It's
Everybody
X now.
forgets.
I was like, what?
They keep saying Twitter. Everybody keeps saying Twitter. Like,
No,
no, it's
like,
X.
see, like in my head, it's still Twitter. Like I've had that Twitter since I was, I don't know, in college. So it's old. It's old. So I'm like, you can't change that to me. It's still Twitter in my head.
It's hard to transition because everybody's had it for so long.
And thank you, Serena, for letting me be here.
Serena is the glue that holds Beyond the Barricade together.
She knows how to hold it together.
She does. She does. All right. So don't forget, everybody, make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets for Shallow Grand on Saturday, October 14th, where I will be returning to VPW, my home base. And as well, shout out to my friends at Titan. They got Chosen Pro Wrestling coming up with Charged Up, Savage Intentions on Saturday, October 14th in New Jersey, where Anthony Gangone takes on PJ Savage.
Love that.
That is awesome. And then on November 4th, we got Mount Olympus. And let me tell you something, that Mount Olympus is going to be off the chains. So make sure you go to Titan Pro Wrestling, all things Titan, including Goddesses of War and Chosen, to get your tickets for all their events. And I will be giving tickets away for Savage Intentions.
Ooh.
Coming up next in the next podcast. Also, when I was at Titan, I usually Nahir doesn't know this, but I film vlog interaction or I interact with fans and wrestlers. And
I like this. We should do a collab on that.
100%.
I'm so game for that. Like
when you come back, eventually to New York.
Way.
I was there filming with Titan for my vlog interaction, Blaze of Glory, where here I'm seen hanging out with the one and only Tiffany Avatar. And why are we laughing so much?
Because you can. Why not? Why shouldn't you get to laugh?
I can. I'm gonna tell you. I'm since it's out already. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I fucked up her like introduction, and then I said, "Oh shit, I fucked up," and she laughed with me. So that's on the episode.
That's a good story to tell.
That's on the episode as a blooper. So make sure you stay after and watch.
Keep it.
What else I got coming up? Oh, that's Madhouse is coming up on Friday, October 13th.
I saw that.
Create a Pro as Chris Statlander returns to Create a Pro. And she's teaming up with Brian Myers and Pat Buck against the Birds of the Sun and the Nomi. So make sure you go to Create a Pro to get your tickets for that event as well. What else I got in here? I don't know what I got here. I got other stuff. Oh, and don't forget, big event, November 11th. I'm hanging out with Brittany Brooks at Big Event. Get your tickets to Big Event. Come down and say hi to Brittany. And let's get Brittany to meet her idols, the former Bella twins who are going to be in the house. So let's see if we can get the Bella twins come say hi to Brittany Brooks.
That's so cool, though.
That is cool. It's going to be a good show. Good show. All right, everybody. I will be back in about 10 minutes with Lawrence Spiral. So make sure you stick around for that. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm so happy to be back doing the podcast. And thank you, Nahir, for coming on. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you for having me.
Nahir, don't hang up yet. Everybody else have a good night. See you.